Today I'm back out at Kings Mountain State Park in South Carolina. I'm here to walk the Browns Mountain Trail, which is a 10.8 mile. It's an up and back. According to AllTrails, it's 4.5 hours. May take me a little longer to walk it. So let's get started. Start out in the parking area. There is a fee to get in here. You can download a map offline. I always fill out the registration card. Bring a pen because I had to dig through the car to find a pen. Usually they have a pencil laying up here, but it was missing. Trail starts out going that way. There's the markers. I've been out here many times, and this trail is clearly marked. So we're going to be going down to the waterfall. We're heading down the steps. I never walk on the steps. They put these in here a couple of years ago. I think it's a lot harder. We're going to go down to the waterfall at Lake Crawford. Like I said, we were coming down to the waterfalls at Lake Crawford. There's a bridge over there you can cross. And somebody put a makeshift bridge out here. I'm going to show you the waterfall in a minute. We always just cross the rocks. Let me get a shot of the waterfall. Here's the waterfall. I've climbed up on top before. I know the sun is shining. It's kind of hard to get a good shot. Let me get up on top and show you what the lake looks like. It's a little bit of a climb to get up here. But I've walked out on this this ledge numerous times. So give you a good shot of Lake Crawford. Say we're at the top of the waterfall. We were just down there. Saw the markers for those trails. I went out here. I don't know which what the day is, but I do have a video out where I went out to the CCC trail. So if you didn't see that video, yeah, go and watch it. Wait till you finish this one first. So I do have my AllTrails map open. I've never actually walked from Lake Crawford to Browns Mountain. I've been to Browns Mountain several times, but I was walking this 16-mile loop. They put this bridge in several years ago. Before you could only cross right there at the rocks. Not sure where that goes. I think that just goes down along the creek. Well, here's a signpost here. Historic Farm Trail, Recreational Trail, which is the long trail, the Lake Crawford Trail. But if you take the historic farm trail, it takes you out to the CCC trail. And if you've watched that video, you know that I follow the power lines. So we're going to be going this way to start the trail. Welcome back to my channel. Like I said, we're out going to walk the Browns Mountain Trail at Kings Mountain State Park in South Carolina. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I like hiking. That's why the name of the channel is called Hiking to Retirement. This is going to take about 5 hours to walk it's not a loop trail, but it's up and back, and according to AllTrails, it's 5 hours up and back. I'm hoping it's not 5 hours to walk 10 miles one way, that it's counting up and back for the 10 miles. Let me turn this camera around, show you the trail. First thing it is, cross the creek, blue marker. Shot of the creek. We'll cross the creek again, I believe, on this trail. I say it's a pretty easy trail. It's a very windy trail. It goes up and down. There's some shaded area, and then there's some area that's out in the sun. I just got back from Florida. I hiked 2 trails down there. One was the Secret Woods in Fort Lauderdale, and the other one was a 4.4 mile trail in Jonathan Dickinson State Park in Jupiter, Florida, which is about an hour and a half from where I was at in Hollywood. I mentioned in that video that I was out at the beach at 5:30 in the morning watching the sunrise. Drove an hour and a half, got out and hiked for over 5 hours, drove an hour and a half back. So watch for those videos. They'll be on my channel. Temperature for today, it's at 98 degrees. It's already 84 degrees out here right now. So I'm going to try to knock this out before it gets too hot. I brought plenty of water. Brought my electrolyte drinks. I'll take breaks if I need to. I'm going to try to get this done in about 5 hours. I know there's some really good, interesting sights out here. Going up to Browns Mountain, there's also a house that I've never been to. So if we have time, I'll try to get to that today. Like I said, the trail is shaded. No wind today. Usually don't find too many people out here. Of course, this is a Monday. Everybody's working. I just have the day off. Another solo hike today. My son Talon has to work today. We don't have the same work schedules, but we're going to work out a date that we can get together. Maybe on 4th of July weekend, which is coming up. We could take a day and hit a trail. We might be able to get together with a buddy of mine from work. He wants to go out hiking, so the 3 of us might go out. I don't know, I gotta line something up, but be looking for that video in the future of us going out on the 4th of July weekend, whether I go out with them or I go out by myself. Unless I go out of town, I'm gonna make a video, a hiking video for that weekend. Let me continue on down the trail, check the AllTrails, see where I'm at. Well, we're coming to the bridge that crosses over the creek, and we'll come up to a signpost to give us our direction, which way we want to go. Here you got a trail, the Kings Mountain National Park, the Ridgeline Trail, and the recreational trail, which is 16-mile loop. I've done that loop probably about 15 times, and at least twice on that trail I walked to the top of Brown Mountain, which was, from that trail to the top of the mountain was 3 miles. So it's 3 miles up, 3 miles back down. So it turned out to be almost a 20-mile hike every time I did that. So I believe we're going to be going to the right we're going to come back and we're going to do that trail. But let me see where I'm at on the map, and more than likely we're going to go that way. I came down to the creek because I heard the water run and I knew this little waterfall was here. I needed to get some video from my YouTube shorts. This tree wasn't here last time, so it has fallen across the creek. But I did get a video from my YouTube shorts. Let me get back up on the main trail, which you can see there is no trail coming down here. Just have to walk through the trees. So let me get back up on the main trail. Coming up to the Boy Scout camp area. There are bathrooms up here. You just need to bring your own flushable wipes because they don't provide them. Let's walk this way. I don't want to take too much time, but I've camped out here, not overnight, but you know, like stopped and took a break. And there's one camping area there. Now down this road, this road here to the left we're coming out goes back out to the main park road. So if you ever get out here and you need to jump off the trail, you can go out that way. I don't know if you can see it off in the distance. There's a building. There's more camping areas down in there. That right there is new. This building with the tank, that is all new. So I'm not sure what all of that is, but there's a building over there, and it is a bathroom. It's just a big hole in the ground. It's kind of like an outhouse, so make sure you bring yourself some flushable wipes. I always carry flushable wipes, moleskin, water, a knife. I need to get me some 550 cord. I don't have any, but if worst case scenario, I can use a bootlace. But 550 cord is really good because if you break a bootlace, you can use it as for your bootlaces. So let's go over here and look at this sign. I've been up here many times. This trail is the back, what I call the back side of the 16-mile loop, because I always go the other way. They call it the National Recreational Trail. What I like about this trail is no bikes, no motorcycles, no horses. Let's see if we can get a shot of this this map. I don't know how much you can see because this map is way up in the air. I'm not tall enough to see this map. So I'm trying to video it. If it doesn't look good, I'm gonna take it out. Coming up to another sign. Oh, I remember this sign. And we sat at this bench before. That Ridgeline Trail takes you to Crowder's Mountain, really. I always wanted to go that way one time. There's the Boulders Access, 3 miles. The Visitor Center's 2 miles from here. So that trail's marked red. See what we see on the map here. That's a National Military Park where I did the video on the Battle of Kings Mountain. So we just crossed Apple Road. I'm not quite sure. It doesn't tell you where you're at on this map. All I know is Brown Mountain is inside the national park. I could have probably gone that way. It would have been a lot quicker. But we just crossed Apple Road over here somewhere. So we're headed into Brown Mountain. We'll just keep going. There are a few trees down on the trail, but nothing you can't walk over the top of or walk around. This one's smaller than the last one I just walked over the top of. Yeah, that sign back there, when I looked at the AllTrails, put me at about a 1.5 miles. It always seems like you walked further than what you really have walked. That's why I keep the AllTrails open and I follow the map. But you can see it's pretty shady out here. No wind at all. I've seen no birds, maybe 2 squirrels. That's about it. Yeah, every time I come out here, the trails look like they're used a lot, but I've maybe seen 10 people out here walking the trails when I've been out here in the last 20 years. I think the last time that I walked the 16-mile loop was about 10, 11 years ago. So let me see what this sign looks like, or what this sign says. I guess the big X is where we're supposed to be. I don't know. All I know is we're going to cross into the national park. See, the last time I went up Browns Road, I went down this trail here, came around, came up here. Now, there's Apple Road. So the trail winds along here. And then we went up to Browns Mountain that way, and then came back down and then finished coming this way. So we're I guess the X means we're there. So we'll just keep going. It takes us through the national park. It's got some symbols and down here: camping, picnic tables, ranger station. So we're going this way. Signpost, marker on the tree. There's a red marker here. There's another marker on the tree right here. Let me show you this, and then I'm going to continue on. Somebody put a hiking badge on there. So we're going to continue on that way. Crossing a bridge, it crosses this small little creek that we crossed earlier. We're going up that way. About 3.5 miles. Coming up to another sign. That's where we're headed. 2.4 miles. Visitor center. That must take us right out there where where it said the monument was. You can see there's a lot of sun out here. That's because a lot of trees are down. So it's not providing shade like it used to. Let's check this little map over here. Still don't see an X where we're at. We must be at that junction right there. So we're going to cross the park road before we get to Browns Mountain. So we're right there. We're going to end up crossing the road up there. I'll get back with you when we get to the road. That's the main park road, by the way. Found another little waterfall here. We're just following the creek. Still pretty shaded. A lot of humidity. They said the heat index would be 102 today. Be all right. We'll make it. Hear more water running up here. Let's see what it is. Oh, some more waterfalls. Let's see if I get a little closer. Get a better shot from the other side. Let me see if I can cross over. Coming across another bridge across the creek again. Check the AllTrails. We are at 2.59 miles. So we're not, if it's 5 miles to the top of Browns Mountain, we're probably about halfway. So it's not a hard trail. Some of the areas had a lot of sun, but those are the areas that the trees were knocked down. They had to cut the trees off the path. You can see the trail, it's shaded. Some areas it gets kind of narrow, some areas it gets kind of wide. No water, bunch of rocks, tree roots. It's not a hard trail to walk. Just today with the humidity and the temperature being so hot, it's going to be pretty rough coming back. There's another waterfall over there, but I can't get to it to take any video because the trees are down across the creek. Coming up to the area where a tree fell over. Dug out a pretty good sized hole. So you can see it's pretty sunny over here. There's a lot of trees that are down that would normally be blocking the shade, including this tree that fell down. Here's another waterfall up here. Let me see if I can get close to it. Yeah, I couldn't get over there to get video of that because the brush is so thick. Trees are down. Be crossing over. A lot of tree roots out here. I'll be crossing over on these rocks. Get better shots on the other side, but I'm not crossing over. I think I'm gonna take a small break right here. Stopped in this shaded area by the creek. Take a break, drink some Electrolyte. I saw the trail ahead of me, and which you're gonna see in a few seconds. Sunlight comes out. A bunch of trees knocked down, so we've lost the shade over here. It's 2.8 miles on the AllTrails map. Haven't quite made it to the 3 mile mark yet, but pretty close. Not far. And I was looking at the map and I noticed that trail walks on the backside of the Hoover Monument. When I was out here doing the video for the Battle of Kings Mountain with my grandsons Jensen and Jackson, we weren't able to walk up on the front side of the monument because it was blocked off. I didn't realize this trail went around the back side of the monument. It's crazy because 11 years ago, they didn't have all of this technology. All we had was paper maps and markings on a tree to follow. Now I have AllTrails. They have nice little colorful maps that they hand out to you. Makes it a lot easier. So it looks like I'm about 2 miles out from Browns Mountain. If I get close to that monument and I'm able to get a video of it this time and take a picture of it, I will. But like I said last time, it was blocked off from the side on that trail that we were on for the Battle of Kings Mountain. Nice new bridge. Hey, this wasn't here 11 years ago. I remember crossing a lot of these creeks by climbing over trees or just walking through the water. That was pretty rough to do that back then. We did it. So you can tell I lost a lot of the shade out here. But I'll just keep going until I get up to the top of that mountain. Looks like it's an old road going through here. Some shaded spots, some spots in the sunlight. I was going uphill for a long time. Every time I was taking a step up the hill, I was like, on the way back, it's all downhill. So this is going up. This is just a slight grade right now, going uphill, but it's all downhill going back. Once I reach the top of Brown Mountain, it's 5 miles back to the car. I saw this junction on the map. I'm not sure where that road goes. I'm pretty sure I just keep going that way. I was walking up this road here talking to you, not realizing the trail went that way. Not that way because I was not paying attention to the AllTrails map. So I walked out there further than I should have. I took a screenshot of it. I just walked back following the map. And there's a sign. But definitely can miss it if you're not paying attention. I was just following the road, talking to you guys on camera. So I'm on the right path now. I could have followed that road out. It would have taken me out to the main park road. But I would have had to cut back to the left to get back on the trail to go to Browns Mountain. That's fine. This trail is much better. More shade. A lot of sticks in the way. I should be getting close to the park road. Finally made it to the park road. There's the headquarters up there. A ranger station. Browns Mountain, still 1.6 miles. Holy shit. Wow. Got a ways to go, man. 12 miles back to that campgrounds where we were at. Well, let's see how fast we can make this 1.6 mile hike up the top of Browns Mountain. There's got to be a sign up here at the base. Definitely going to take a break when I get up there. I think I'm finally coming up to the bottom of Browns Mountain. Coming up to a sign. Says you are here. So we're going that way. Definitely taking a break when I get to the top. Mostly uphill. I remember this actually being a road. This thing being a lot wider about 11 years ago. So we're gonna go up about 1,000 feet. I'll get back with you when I get to the top. Finally made it to the top of Browns Mountain. Bench way over there in the sunlight. This one's tipped over. I'm gonna set it back up. I'm definitely gonna take me a good break out here. Now I stopped there for about 15 minutes at the benches. The observation point is over here. So I left my gear back there so I can just take this little walk. I don't know, hiking might be a little bit easier without a backpack, but you gotta have your water and everything. That's a little bit further than I thought it was. I think the trail ends here. Looks like a path through the grass right there. It's all blocked off. It looks like all the trees are down at the observation point. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to make my way up there. Even if I climb to the top, there's all kinds of trees and stuff down up there. And I've got 5 miles to walk back out of here to the car, and I don't want to climb up there and find out I can't see anything. So I'll make another trip out here again. I just won't take the long way. I'll start at the National Military Park, take that trail up here. Maybe have somebody drop me off at Park Road and walk in from there, which is a lot shorter. All right, let me get my gear back on and start working my way out of here. All right, I'm starting back towards the car. It's 91 degrees outside. Nothing like walking 5 miles in the heat and then have to go up 1,000-foot elevation to the top of a mountain. Oh, what a killer. So I took about a 25-minute break. I don't know where AllTrails gets their pace count from for the trails, but I never can do it in the time that they say. You get out here, depends on your pace. I'm definitely going to slow my pace down and take a lot more breaks. I didn't bring a whole lot of water, but I got enough that I can make it back on what I have. I just got to be conservative about it. So like I said, I'm just going to slow my pace down and take it easy on the way out of here. Park closes at 9. I don't think it's going to take me 8 hours to walk out of here, or 7.5. It took me like 3.5, or about 3 hours to get up here. So I figure about 3.5 hours to walk out of here. Depending on how many breaks I take. Wanted to show you the trail. Like I said, we're going back down because it was 1,000-foot elevation. Slow my pace down, just take it easy on the way out of here. I definitely was walking too fast at the beginning. Underestimated how far 5 miles was because I haven't walked straight 5 miles. I like loop trails. They're a lot easier for me. Charging my phone, it got down to 45%. I have 2 backup battery packs. There's an ant crawling on the back of my neck, some big black ant. Those things bite. So I brought 2 backup battery packs. So I'm gonna let this one charge for a little while I walk out of here. And I get back with you when we get further down the trail. I know I'm gonna try to walk out of here about 2 miles before I take my next break. And then I'll probably take a break about every mile. Just sit down and relax. All right, let me charge my phone and get to the 2 mile mark. I know it says it's gonna charge my phone, but I just checked AllTrails. It's supposed to be 5 miles, just over 5 miles to the top of Browns Mountain. It's 6.12. So if I turn around and when I walk back, it's going to be a 12-mile hike and not a 10-mile hike. I don't know where they get these miles from. But anyway, like I said, I'm going to walk out of here. I'm going to get to 2 mile marker, which will put me at 8 miles on the AllTrails. And then I'll get back with you. Unless I find something interesting or exciting along the way. All right, update. Coming off the top of Browns Mountain, we came down that way. That's the other half of the 16-mile trail. I normally come from that direction and walk this way. So, we're headed this way. Nice slow pace, not in a hurry to go anywhere. So I got back to the park road, figuring I didn't have enough water. I knew that the headquarters building was up here, so I came in. Water fountain wasn't working, but I drank a bottle of water. I have half a bottle of electrolytes. Ranger was helpful. He told me to take this path across from the headquarters, go up to the visitor center. They got water fountains up there. Rehydrate, take a break. They're closed on Mondays. And then he said you can jump back on the trail. Probably be at almost at the 3 mile mark by the time I get back on there. He said it isn't too far up this trail, so I'm just gonna keep on going, and when I get there, I'll get back with you. I just left the visitor center. Walked over here, fill up my water bottles. It was about a mile from the headquarters. It's closed on Mondays, but there's cold AC in the bathroom, so I hung out there for about 45 minutes. I'm gonna cut across here and get back on the trail right there and go back down to Crawford Lake. Not sure of the mileage. Last I checked, it was 95 degrees out here, and I had to take a break. It is hot. Oh, A little bit of a detour, but it's worth it. Oh, there's two paths here. Let me check the map. There's a red trail and there's a blue trail. Let me check the map to see which way I have to go. Yeah, it's the blue trail. I took a shot took a screenshot on AllTrails. I know I pointed out on a sign this morning on our way to Browns Mountain that you can go to the visitor center. Let me walk this path right here. Let me get back out on the trail. My game plan is to walk about a mile and then take a break. So let me get back with you when we get back out on the main trail. I think I'm coming up to the main trail. Now, if you remember this morning where we came from that way, yep, there's a sign that said Browns Mountain, 2.4 miles. We went off that way. Visitor centers, not very far. Definitely a place to stop if you need to when you're out here. So we're back on the main trail now, so let me get going here and figure out some distance on how far back we have to travel to get back to the car at Crawford Lake. So now I'm back on this trail. Let me look at AllTrails and see where I'm at on the map. I don't know where they come up with these times for this distance. It says I have 1 hour 19 minutes left, and I look at the map and I'm like, shit, it looks like more than 1 hour and 19 minutes worth of walking to get back to Crawford Lake. So it took a little detour. Feeling better. Back out on the trail. Plan still is to walk for a mile, take a break. Walk for a mile, take a break. Don't want to get overheated. Slow my pace down. I drank probably about 3 bottles of water. Filled my water back up. I have 1 packet of electrolytes left. So I'm good now. I'll walk out of here with plenty of water. All right, let me walk down the trail and make up some time. Yeah, I was walking along the trail and I wanted to show you this. Still following the creek. I can't get over here to get a really good shot of this because there's a lot of trees down. Maybe I can. Let me see what I can do. Couldn't get a good video. There's too many tree branches in the way. Wish I'd have brought some cutters, but it's hard to get close to any of those little branches to cut them out of the way. I think I'm making good progress. I've been stopping and taking some videos of some water along the way. Need to check the AllTrails to see where I'm at. Feeling good now. 3 bottles of water, 45 minutes of sitting in the AC. Plus the temperature is not as hot. It's after 4 o'clock. So let me check the AllTrails and see where I'm at. Yeah, I just took a screenshot. It says I have 56 minutes left. Started out with 1 hour and 19. So I should get out of here around 5:30. Planned on being out of here by 3:30, but being so hot and having to take so many breaks climbing these hills. Oh, lost my charging cable. Let me plug it back in. Coming up to a sign. Trying to make it back to Alpo Road to the Boy Scout camp. Kings Mountain Visitor Center, 2 miles. So we've only walked 2 miles. Crowder's Mountain State Park, Boulder Access, 3 miles. Not going to Crowder's Mountain. So we'll keep going this way. We're going to come up to Apple Road, Boy Scout camp. They got some benches. I'll sit down and take a break. Finally made it back to Apple Road. Boy Scout camp is. I'm gonna set up on a picnic table over here. Find one that's not in the sunlight. I'm gonna take me a break. See what AllTrails has to say. Should be about 30 minutes. But I'll let you know. Leaving the Boy Scout camp over here on Apple Road. Walked over 11 miles. It says 11.39 so far. It's supposed to be a 10-mile hike. It's supposed to be 4 hours. I'll take a screenshot of the final totals when I get to the end. So I took about a 15-minute break. I've gone through about a bottle and a half of water since I left the Welcome Center. So I have a bottle and a half left. My last bottle will be my last packet of electrolytes. And that should take me on out of here. Well, it's been pretty rough. 94 degrees outside. It's 5:15. I don't remember exactly what time I started. I think it was 10 o'clock. That's what I put on the card. Told them I'd be done by 3. So let me walk on out of here. And when I get to the end, I'll bring you back. Every time I walk this path from the Boy Scout camp, it reminds me of the time that one of the many trips that we had done as a family. We did that 16-mile loop numerous times, but this time I had my 5 younger children, and my youngest, Gavin, was 5, and my oldest was Stefan. I think he was 13 or 14 at that time. I have my daughter Ayana, my daughter Brianna, and my son Talon, which you've seen in previous videos. We're out on that trail, and it takes 9 hours just to hike it. So we were well over the 9 hours. It was getting dark. Park closes at 9 o'clock. And I remember the moon was out, and Gavin got scared. He was so scared. He was crying. He was freaking out. Brianna, being the big sister that she is, calmed him down, grabbed him by the hand, and we walked out of here. It was perfect because the moonlight lit up the trail, so we had no trouble finding our way out. But Gavin was so scared. He was only 5 years old. Yeah, I know you think I'm crazy for bringing a 5-year-old. Talon was 7. I don't know if any of my children remember that. But I'm always reminded of that every time I walk through here. I was worried that we were going to get locked in and we weren't going to make it out. Let me turn the camera around. Yeah, this rock right here, I have a picture of all of us. Well, at least my children sitting on it. Let me zoom out a little bit. My 5 children, 5 younger children, because I have 8 total. They were sitting on this rock and we took a picture way back, probably about 11 years ago, 12 years ago. I wish I could find that photo. So I'm gonna continue on down the trail. Every time I walk the trails with my children, we were done, we'd go to an ice cream shop, local ice cream shop in Kings Mountain, and it's called Schruger's. We'd always go there and get ice cream. Well, not that one night that we didn't get out of here till almost 9:30. Now we didn't go because Schruger's was closed. But yeah, we'd always go get ice cream. It's getting hot out here. We hiked a lot of miles. Let me turn the camera around. Thought I was recording, but the camera was off. So we come up here to the trailhead. Well, trailhead is that way. We just came from the Kings Mountain National Park, past the Loop Ridgeline Trail. 16-mile loop goes to the left. I've done that 16-mile loop, I don't know how many times. It takes you 9 hours. But at the 5-mile marker there, it crosses a creek and there's a little camping area. It's like my favorite spot. I want to go out there again. Probably the next time I come out here. Maybe stay overnight. I would love to. I'd hate to have to walk back 10 miles like I did today. Actually, we're probably around a 12-mile mark right now. So we're going to cross this bridge and we're going to head back towards the trailhead. Thank you for coming along with me today on this hike. It's supposed to be 10 miles. I'll put a screenshot of the AllTrails on how far I really walked and how much time it took me. So if you like these videos, please share them on your social media. Hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of these videos. Help me grow this channel. So I'm going to walk on out of here. I don't know if you can hear the waterfall from Crawford Lake in the background. So get out of the city, get out here, start hiking. Lace up those boots. You're only one step away from your next adventure. I'll see you in our next video. God bless.